Good morning, everyone. Guess what we're doing today? We're doing our first edition of Outdoor Talk. I don't know what else we'd call it.
It would have to be outdoor talk because we're going to be outdoors most of the day.
Right. If we were indoors, you could call it indoor talk.
Well, we can't. We'll be outside.
Right. What if it rains?
Well, we'll call it umbrella talk.
Or wet talk.
Or wet talk.
Wet talk. We'll work on that. But what we're going to do today, we're heading to town because we're going to pick up some workers. And my casa is your casa. Is it not?
It is.
And after we're done, we'll have a what, Ron? Take a beer.
Cerveza.
Yes. So, underlay. Let us go.
Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, George.
How are you today?
I'm doing fine. Why? Because I work for the best boss in the world, George Packard.
Oh, I love you, Ron. God, I'm going to kick my wife out as soon as we get home. You're moving in.
That's good.
All right. But now, where are we going?
We're going to find some workers.
And why do we have to go looking for them?
Because we always have a big problem with finding good workers. Workers that say they're going to show up every day. Workers that say, yep, they're going to stick with the company. They want to be a part of it. They want to be a part of the growing system until they work for 3-4 months and all they are after is just a paycheck. They don't care where we go, so obviously they don't care where they're going. And them, as a rule, they're going no place.
Right.
So now we have to travel 40 miles from our main office to look for workers. So that's what we're doing today.
Okay. Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome, George.
That was very honest and genuine.
Thank you.
That's why you are the man.
I am the man, but I learned from a better man.
Yes, you did learn from the better man.
And his name is George
Packard.
Packard.
Oh, good morning, George.
Well, good morning, Ron. How are you this morning?
Well, doing better. Hopefully the day goes good and we find exactly what we're looking for.
I'll tell you, this has got to be one of the worst things about having a business. And I don't care who you talk to, they all tell me the same thing, whether it's plumbers, electricians, roofers, doesn't matter who it is, it's finding good workers. And, you know, I got into an argument on YouTube with a guy the other day, and he really pissed me off because he was talking about, well, I think it comes down to the management. You know, you can't keep people, this, that, and the other. It comes down to the management. You got to treat them better. We treat people like gold in this company. We bring them in. Ron can attest to this. Ron, you tell me, how bad are we to the employees?
We are very good to the employees, very understanding. We've had employees that their wives are pregnant or their girlfriends are pregnant. We allow them to take times off to take them to the doctor and such. We've never complained or yelled at anybody for calling in sick.
How many times do them guys show up late, Ron? You know, and then we talk to them about it, and talk to them, and you know, you take them and you buy them beers and you take them for lunch and you do all these things for them and you treat them like gold and they still shit on you. That's what pisses me off. You know, there was one guy, this one guy had worked for me. I took him under my wing. 3 weeks. I kept him right with me, taught him everything because I thought he really had a lot of potential. And instead of that, I no more than went back to Wisconsin. The guy quit a week fucking later. You know, just stupid shit like that. So now, spring's right around the corner, and we got to hire like a ton of people. And we're headed to a town where supposedly there's a whole bunch of good workers there. So you can read between the lines on that one, or read the sign that we had earlier, but you'll know where we're headed. So, and I remember one guy too that he didn't have a driver's license, so we brought him on anyway. And he all I heard from him was, oh, I need a job so bad, and now I just relocated here, and man, I gotta have it. I got a wife, I got kids, man, you gotta help me out, whatever. So you bend over backwards, give him the job, and you say, it's contingent upon you getting your license, okay? I really need you to get your license. You gotta be driving one of these trucks, yada, 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 okay? What does the guy do? I tell him, you got 30 days to get your license. He tells me, I can get him back, no problem. I need like $600. I said, okay, here's what we're gonna do. You work for me, you got a month, get your license, and then I'm going to give you a raise on top of it. If you got your license, you're going to be driving a truck, you're going to be charged, yada yada, okay? What does the guy do? Never does it, never gets it. And he's with me for a couple of months, and then he just up and quits, you know, and I shouldn't say up and quit. He started doing a shitty job, so I started getting on his ass, And then he didn't like that, so then he just quit and went to work for somebody else, you know, or went and sat on his ass and collected a welfare check, which a lot of people do today. I had guys come right out and tell me that I can make just as much sitting on my ass at home doing nothing, just collecting a welfare check. Why should I come out and work in the heat and everything else for you? You know, I just don't get it. And my dad told me something years ago. He said he worried about the next generation coming up, and he was really worried about that, and I never understood it. I didn't realize what he was talking about until now. Now I get it, because I'm living in that generation. I am watching that generation, and I'm telling you, man, we're all in trouble. We're all in big trouble. And you know, our government, everybody can call them stupid asses and this, that, and the other all you want. They seen this coming way before we did. Why do you think we're opening the borders up? Why do you think we're encouraging everyone to come? I believe, here we go again, opening a can of worms, or sure, whatever. I believe this is done because they know, hey, white guys aren't wanting to do the work here. We got to have somebody to do the work. Let's open them borders up, and here they come. So, don't hear no bitching, no nothing. I mean, this is just something that aggravates the hell out of me. I had another couple, husband and wife team we put on. Treated them like gold. Everything is great with them for a little while, and then all of a sudden, they started screwing up. So, of course, you got to get on their ass because they're screwing up, right? So, first thing you do, you sit there and you talk to them and you try and preach to them that, hey, you know, you just made a mistake, that's okay, we'll work around it, just don't do it anymore. Well, they do it again. What do you do then? You got to talk to them, right? Pull them in, put them on paper and say, look, I'm not going to do this anymore. Come on. You know, third strike, buddy, you're out the door. So, they turn around and they do it again. But and after they did it, the funny thing was, they knew they were going to get canned anyway. They up and just leave you. And they make sure, of course, it's a mowing week that they leave you on. So, you know, they make sure they leave you in a jam. That's pretty much the bottom line with that stuff. So, well, that was a long-winded... You did ask me a question, didn't you, Ron?
Well, yes, because wasn't that the couple that we just given a raise to prior to that?
Yeah, just gave them a raise prior to that. Isn't that nice? And it was funny. I got to tell you guys this story. This is a good one. This just made me laugh. Can't tell you, of course, who the guy was, but he says he's got this long ponytail, okay? So I know now I'm going to get shit from all you guys with long ponytails. I don't give a fuck, really. But here's the thing. I said, Cody, oh, crap. Well, I could have been Mike. I'm not sure. Whatever his name was. I said, look, man. I said, I don't mind you having that. I don't care if you have that. I said, just keep it tucked up under your hat. Whatever you can do. I want a clean, neat appearance. So, what does he do? He tells me, yep, he's going to do that. And he tells me, I guess early on, I got to back up because I said, hey, is the ponytail a big deal? Can it go? Because, you know, just asking you, can it go? He's like, well, I really would like to keep it. You know, I kind of made a deal with God and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, a deal with God? What are you talking about? And he's just like, well, it's complicated, you know, but I'd really like to keep it, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, well, okay, can you keep it tucked up in your hat? So he says, yes, he can. So, lo and behold, I go back to Wisconsin, work on the business there. I come back, and I'm just sitting down the street watching him work, and of course the ponytail's hanging way out, and of course he's got holy jeans on, and this, that, and the other. And it's like,
Cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Cigarette hanging out of his mouth. All the things that I preached not to do, he's doing. Girlfriend's over there wearing a bikini top and not wearing her uniform top. When she did have a uniform top on, it was cut way down. And I know what you guys are going to say. Don't even start with me on that. You're going to say, George, you should have them all like that. I know. My wife won't let me. So, we can't do that. So, we're going to do something else, right? I get on his ass. I'm like, come on, man, you can't do this. What are the rules? Look how you're making me look, you know? But, again, he comes back with, he just made that pact with Jesus, and I still don't know what the pact was, and I still don't know what the whole schmeal was, but I bent over backwards for him, gave him a raise, and he still turned around and left me high and dry. Where does it end, Ron? Where does it end?
I don't know, but... like again, I hope we find what we're looking for today.
Yeah. Me too.
It's just somebody, all they need to do is work 5 days a week, do their job, get their yards done, and they're done for the week.
Yeah.
it's not doing braid surgery or
Right,
building a
not-
spaceship.
Exactly. It's not rocket science. That everybody thinks that if they come out today and they work their 40 or 50 hours a week, they think that they just moved heaven and earth. You know, I don't get that. I grew up on a farm, and we worked from 4 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. So, and we did it 7 days a week because somebody's got to milk them cows, you know. These guys today, everybody just sits around. I don't know, mommy and daddy has such thick wallets that they can just pay them out all that money, but I know part of it's they all sit on welfare. They go and knock up some woman and some chick get her knocked up, and then they sit there and live on welfare all the time. Pisses me off. Boy, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, Ron.
I'm thinking you did, George.
Well, it's forever and a day having to go find new employees. And I know the other thing that YouTubers are going to say to me, you know, I got some guys that are just can't please. Well, you can't please everybody, but guys are going to come at me and just say, well, you know, George, you got to pay them $1,000 a day or something, you know. It's like, really? You got to do that. You guys know the money we make in this industry. Are we really going to pay them all that money? Can you afford to pay them all that money? Nobody can afford to pay them that. This isn't a lawyer's office where we fuck people for a living, or a doctor's office, or an insurance company. It's a goddamn lawn care company. Jesus Christ, you guys. Boy, it get me mad. These questions just get me mad, Ron, and they didn't even ask them. What do you think about that?
Well, you know they're going to be asking them now.
I know they will.
Yep. We all know what you're going to be doing this evening.
Yep, until 2 in the morning.
Yep, responding to emails.
Responding to emails.